Greetings. This is Damien with HK Reading Healing Culture Tarot, and I'm gonna go ahead and start these August readings. I think it's about that time. Now, you know how sometimes you can think of something and not even realize that, like, oh my God, like that's it, like that's why, you know? So I was pondering because to be honest, I do have like certain signs that I'll tend to start with, like Taurus, Libra, Gemini, because I think that's an order I kind of started, and just so like everybody kind of gets their readings with the same gap in between, I kind of just start with the signs I've been doing. But I wanted to do something different. Now, Leo season is upon us, and of course, it is y'all's month in August as well. And but that didn't click. So I'm just like, what sign am I going to read for? What sign am I going to read for? I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to read for Leo. And there's been a lot of Leo energy present lately that just kind of flooded in. So I'm like, let me do Leo. And I'm like, oh shit, yes, August readings. So clearly Spirit was guiding the way on this. Happy birthday to you Leos out there. I'm gonna say that now, even all the way up until the third quarter of August, like you get your happy birthday early. Yeah, so let's see what we got going on for love. I'm like, ooh, what deck am I gonna read from? Well, I do want to go ahead and pull a couple of oracles for you, so I'm gonna do that. Then we're gonna get into some traditional tarot. Okay, hope everybody's doing well and healthy. This is the card that wanted to come out, like it just did it on its own. Waning Moon. What do you need to release? Right, what does Leo need to release? Big questions, huh? Big questions, but I think you're figuring that out. And I feel as though what you are needing to release is something that is gonna help bring you towards the person that you want, you know? By the way, this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter, okay? And I know it's just like sometimes when we want something and it's not going our way, or even if, like, say we're not that close and we just don't have it like at all, it can be like, you know, what's standing in the way? Sometimes we just feel like something's standing in the way, and it's very hard for us to discern. And I really think the question that you need to be asking yourself, if you want to bring somebody back into your life, if you want to make something work, is what do you need to release? What did you bring to the table that caused the rift in the vibration in the first place? Because a lot of times, and I think this is what you're learning, is that a lot of times when something goes awry, we are looking at the other person to see what's going, you know, to see what sense we can make of it. And, you know, deep down, like, we do know, of course we have a role to play in everything. Of course we weren't saints, like, we know that, but it's not until we dive deep into that do we realize, like, oh shit, maybe I could have been the reason. Not the sole reason, but a big part of the reason as to why something didn't work. So you need to think about what there is to release. We have Aquilanda, the goddess of Never Not Broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. Yeah, so everything happens for your liberation. So again, if you're wondering why something isn't going the way that you want it to go, or just like why you can't seem to have the breakthrough with this person, or, you know, just know that this is coming up not to deter you. This isn't coming up to bring any energy out in you that would have you feel defeated. This is saying you have the power to assess your flaws and not be shamed for it. Be comfortable with assessing your flaws as an evolved conscious being and saying, hey, well, this is what I can work on once I'm actually being real with myself and what I want, okay? And I know people talk about Leos and they talk about the ego. Hey, I'm not here to bash you, because I get that shit all the time too, as a Taurus sun. Also have Jupiter in Leo. But yeah, as a Taurus sun, like, yeah, people say that, you know, the ego. But what people will be surprised to know is that we can, and I think it's, you know, anybody can do it, but I definitely think it's something within fixed energy, that like, like Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, like you totally can look at yourself. I mean, shit, it might have clearly had to be to where it got to this point, but you're able to look back, you're able to assess, and you're like, okay, so what can I fix? This is, to me, taking responsibility and true. Got a little orange juice with me tonight, no wine. But, yeah. But this is helping you take control of your life, okay? It really is. Because one of the hardest things that there is to do for many of us, including myself, is to really, really, really not just look in the mirror, but start playing back to myself, like, what am I seeing when I'm looking in the mirror? And what can I change when it comes to what I don't like about, you know, what's going on within me to have what I want? Because especially if there is a theme with the relationships that you've been having, like with how it ends or where it seems to lead up, how it tends to make you feel, you've got something to do with that theme, you know? And I feel like you're just definitely looking at yourself right now. So like, that's super awesome. Let's go ahead. I'm like, we're gonna do Golden Tarot or Tarot in Wonderland. Well, we're gonna go ahead and do some Golden Tarot. The 8 of Coins. Yes. This is what I'm talking about. Going in and doing the work. Okay? You're working on what you need to release and what you need to change to have what you want. Because this is also like showing that you are actively working towards something. It's not just the work that you're putting in to manifest change, to cultivate change. This is also talking about what you're working towards, and it does have me feel like there's something out there that you want to heal, that you want to mend. And like, honestly, for some of you, it's not that you're going to even want a reconciliation with anybody or want to rekindle a flame, but you'll be able to at least make peace. You're able to see your side of the situation and your flaws and what all came from that, right? Make sure I'm on Do Not Disturb. Yeah. You know, and with that, you know, you want to come in and make peace. You don't want to be on bad terms if you've hurt someone. You just want to clear your karma. And I'm kind of leaning that, like, there are quite a few of you that, even if you know you fucked up, it's not that you want this person back, but you want clarity. You want to provide this person clarity. There's something about being on good terms that just rocks. You know, maybe you know deep down you're gonna run into this person in the next life or meet them in the next life, or, you know, it just feels like something on a higher level that has you really trying to fix this. There's a reason for it, even if it's not fully known to you just yet. 5 of Swords. So I really think you might already have an idea. Now, if it's flip-flop, if it's inversed, then go ahead and apply it that way. But I feel like you think that this person has kind of already given up on you, kind of doesn't trust you, but you know, like, all the things negatively that they might be thinking, like, oh, well, they, you know, they're out of here. They've left the situation. They have left the building. Like, they don't even care anymore. Like, it's whatever. But at the same time, you're like, but they're thinking about me. So you're kind of like, if there was really nothing left to heal, fix, rekindle, and like they were totally over it, then it would have been just that, right? And I have to say, Leo, that is very true. That is very true. Just gotta say, you're right. If they're thinking about you, even if the connotation, and it could just be your projection that it's negative, because, I mean, let's be real, okay, it's not all positive, clearly. But the thing is, I feel like there is still something there. There is still something there. But with the Hangman, it's kind of like they're pushing themselves into this energy of either I'm going to keep playing blind to this and keep moving forward and doing what I've been doing, or I'm just going to stand still. But for them to go back, and that's how they see it. Because I feel like I'm hearing Leos be like, well, it's not going back if we're trying to move forward and create like a new beginning, if we're trying to give this another shot. Like, and it might even trigger something in you about their thought process and how they think. Like, they're always thinking in this kind of way that doesn't help the situation if it could be helped, right? And I'm sensing some energy, you know, when people are like, oh my God, y'all are like a married couple. I think you know each other on quite a deep level. Like, you know each other really well. Y'all were probably together for a while, spent a lot of time together, just really got to know each other, even if it was through, for some of y'all, the chaos. Like, y'all got to know each other. So they're just like, you know, always thinking like that. Like, this is never gonna fucking work if they keep thinking like that. And they don't know what to do. I don't know if they are feeling like enough has changed. I don't know if enough has changed. And when we contemplate reinvesting, and see, this is how I know this is them, because you're already coming up as the 8 of coins. Here's them, the 7 of coins. So with the accumulation of the 8th pentacle here, that would be significant of, sorry, I just thought I heard a noise. But I think that would be like indicative of, you know, like them deciding that they're willing to meet you where you're trying to go. Now, of course, this is for y'all who more so want a reconciliation, right? You know, they're trying to decide if they're going to meet you there, because they don't really know. They don't really know. They don't really know. See, with this 6 of Wands here, I feel like as much as they try to move forward, as much as they have had successes, as much as, like, you know, you feel like they've moved on, and it's probably because how long they've stayed away or what they've accomplished or like whatever it is. And they have, but again, they do still think about you. Look at that horse. You know, I mean, they still think about you, and it's not like they're the happiest. I feel like they want it to work, they just don't know how it can. All they know how to do now is move forward. And, you know, honestly, Leo, if this is something that is meant to be, though if it does take off, it could be great. If it's meant to be, though, I don't think they're going to, like, come around. I think they're going to keep the forward motion and just say, hey, if Leo meets me there, we can talk about it. Leo meets me there. But I don't think they're trying to, again, it's this energy of going back. Because I also feel the validity within their point of feeling like that. I'm understanding both sides as I'm reading for you and talking about the other person or the cross-watcher, whoever's in here. Now, I personally, you know, my past relationship that we're not even going to get into, I was dealing with a Leo. And one thing I've noticed is that Leos and Tauruses, I haven't seen it very much, like a long time ago. But I know these days, over the past couple of years especially, I've been getting exposed to more of the 2 signs being a thing. Like Leos and Tauruses everywhere in these relationships, these karmic relationships. So, crosswatcher, whoever you are, Taurus, if you in here, I'm calling you out. I don't care if you bull gang just like me, okay? Pisces, Cancer, well, whatever the cross-watching sign is here. I understand where you're coming from. But I feel like it's going to be like, I swear to God, Leos and Tauruses have been really getting it on. You know, whoever the person you're dealing with, though, is, it's hard for them, but they're not turning back. If you want them, I wouldn't even say fight for them, because if I'm going this way and somebody's fighting for like me, right? But let's say like physically, and they're trying to get me to turn around and listen and see, they're gonna try to grab me and, you know, bring me around. They like, I feel like as long as they're going this way, away from the situation, the relationship, the entanglement, or whatever, and there's that like fighting for the mode, it's gonna always be something that they feel they have to turn back to. Whereas if you just live your life, I hope that made sense. And if you just live your life, the journey will come back around. It's awesome that you want to work on this. But what I'm starting to understand now even more into this waning moon card about what you need to release, for the time being, I feel like it's this connection. The Fool. Number 0. Start over. Keep focusing on those new things that you're doing in life now. Keep focusing on those new projects. Keep focusing on like, because you've been moving and shaking. You haven't stopped for this person. You care about this person deeply and you want to make it pop, but you haven't stopped living. And I think right now, the moment you just take this leap into just living for yourself, which at that point I don't even see you like really dating or even looking for a relationship. You might have a rendezvous, whatever, everybody has rendezvous. I don't think it'd be anything like too serious. I think like this situation is gonna put you back into the perspective of like hustle mode, focus mode, like just you going out there guns blazing, just doing your shit, taking care of your shit. Because while you're trying to heal your heart, you know you don't have any room for anything else. And I think that's also like when it comes around to where you're like, I can't even entertain anybody else right now. You're also gonna be like kind of glad that things happen the way they did with this person, just saying, hey, I gotta keep, sorry, love you dearly, I have to keep going, because you're like, damn, as much as I wanted to fix that, I don't know if I was ready for that too. You wanted to be ready so much, but it's kind of like the realization starts to settle in that history is going to repeat if like things aren't fully reconciled within the self of the person who went through a tragic situation. And this journey that you go on with this full energy, with the protection with you, is literally, and it's going to be a surprise to you, and it's going to be a surprise to them, and it's going to be quite a serendipitous thing. Y'all will come back around. The opportunity will come back around. And it's better because it came back around on their terms with their patience, and it came back around to your absolute benefit, though you might not have realized it initially. So both people are winning, right? Well, happy birthday, Leos. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. Go ahead, click the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Now, if you want to connect on social media, I do have my platforms in the description box below. My Instagram, as well as information on booking a personal reading. I am still doing donation-based readings for people who just have like a question or something like that. You can email me and do that. If you want a full-scale reading, contact me and we can go through the booking process that way as well. But I'd love to see your comments or resonance to see what's really cracking for my Leos. Let's just go ahead and get a goddess guidance and get the fuck out of here. I have no idea what sign I'm gonna do next, but I'm glad I got to do Leo's reading tonight. Oh, didn't think it'd be a 20-minute. It just felt like, you know, I was just going. I didn't even realize it. Oh, so a card fell and I couldn't see it, and I was just like, Sedna. And I looked down further and I saw that a second card had fallen like right under my foot. That was actually Sedna. So I was feeling that energy. I'm gonna go ahead and read Sedna first. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. This is the card of infinite supply. And I think this goes back to the protection that I was speaking on here. Like, you've got everything you need to move forward and not worry. Okay? Just trust this journey that you're on. Although you don't know like what's gonna come of it. You'll find out soon enough that this opportunity will come back around, and there's just gonna be a lot of growth and healing that happens in this time where you figure out things about yourself and the world that like will blow your fucking mind. Maeve, cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. So, just stay balanced. Stay balanced, my friends. And if you know that there are things that need to be released, which is what's tipping the scales, you know, once you clear some of that baggage on this scale, it starts to balance back out. Release so that you can balance. And you honor the cycles of your energy levels and emotions. It just, the happiness that you find is unmatched. Now that scratch that I felt in my throat chakra, you've got a lot to say. So just say it. Some of you have some things to get off your chest. Just go ahead and say it, and let the shit just rock out. Let it just flow. Okay. So until your bonus, Leo. I love you all. Be safe. Be well. See you soon.